Hello and welcome. We are back at it again, hoping that the volume's working. Okay, excellent. Hello guys. We're back at it again with a new video. This one's gonna be a little bit different. It's something I do every week at the end. I take a couple of pictures that I did over the week, and I basically critique them. And that kind of plans out what I do for the rest of the next week. What I'll be working on, what I'll be, studying. So here's a couple of pictures. Not all of them are from this week. Only maybe, I don't know. I think maybe 1 or 2 are here from this week, but I thought it would be best to get at least 5 or 6 examples of this. And the more I can critique, the better anyways. But what I'm gonna do, I've basically been doing a lot of animations this week, so if this one goes pretty well, I'll probably do an animation version of this, and I'll have my 4 animations that I did, and we can critique them together. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. That's what you came for, right? You came to see what I'm doing. All right. So I'm basically gonna look at each of my drawings, and I'm gonna label it. Looks like I picked out 6 here, so I'm just gonna put a little 1. I'm gonna put a 2. We're gonna run out of room. Hold on, wait. Let me see if I can make it 4. Oh, I should have planned this out. 5. Can we make it? 6. Okay. As long as I use a different tool, it'll work. So let's use a dark pencil. How's that look? That was alright. Okay. So basically, we're gonna go over all these drawings. Each one will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from going down to the right, and we're gonna see 3 things that I wish were better from the drawing. So here, I like the colors. It's alright, interesting color. What I don't like is that I didn't use highlights around the thighs, so highlights. I think it's leaves. Anyways, I don't like that I didn't use highlights. You know how there's little shinies right here through the line, and I know this is supposed to be a dark spot on here, but there's no highlights anywhere on this picture, so that's something I didn't like, that I didn't do. Something that always comes up, the line work. The line work is not how I like it. So we're just gonna we're going down the list of things that kind of bother me, that keep me from thinking, whoa, this one was savage. So it may be 3, it may be more, if I feel it's necessary. So I like the design. This is, you guys can hopefully tell. If you can't tell, I should probably write that down, that you can't even tell who it is. It's from the Seven Deadly Sins, that one chick that I don't know her name. You know. Yeah, because I don't say her name, so now you know, right? Anyways, I don't like the highlights, don't like the line work. I really don't see anything else that stands out that I don't like. So maybe just structure ends up being that 3rd one. Okay, so that's for 1. Now here's for 2. This was a random sketch. Sketch in general, still, I think it's backwards. Yeah, it's backwards. Fuck! Anyways. Sorry, guys. Alright, it's backwards, but whatever. Let's see the stuff that I don't like. I actually like the structure on this. It's not perfect, but for how fast I did it and when I did it it's alright. So the structure's alright. Skin tone's okay. Highlights coming up again for me. I'm really taking a good look at her crotch, because that's something I feel like I need help on. Not help on, but I need to work on, like the crotch area. But here I could see the boobs. Boobs. I'll put those two together, actually. Boobs. And crotch is alright on this, because the hand is hiding. So let's put, like, boobs in hiding. That's another problem I have. Hiding shit. I try not to hide anything on there to where it makes it look like this is hiding too. Feet, hiding the feet, kind of. Don't like the hair on this one. And when we're doing this list, we're basically just looking at common traits. If I haven't mentioned that already, I kind of don't like the story. There's no story. No story. No story. You can't immediately think like, whoa. You could think, okay, she's at the beach, but like, there's not too much atmosphere besides the beach and the water and the air, so I don't like that about that. Castle looks alright. It's not, you know, a good castle, but I think I did this in about 15 minutes, so that's why I'm not hitting it so hard. Let's see here. Besides the boobs and the hiding, I like the pose. There's no shading. There's no shadow. So there. So we'll just move on from that then. This one. I like the skin tone. Line work comes up again. And it's an interesting expression, but eyes stand out to me here. I mean, this looks good as far as her wincing, but this little pupil, that little dot in her eye, that's a little bit too big. But it was alright. We got highlights kind of going around. We got a nice little design kind of going on. I can't say too much more about that. That one, it's not too bad for me. The neck is alright. That's another thing I have issues on, neck. She's got a good head on her shoulders. I think this one's alright, so. That one we only had two. So this one. Let's do laziness. Lazy. Shading. So we got lazy shading, because I did one, but I didn't do the other. Usually I do all these in one setting, so that's why I say lazy shading. Let's see. Did okay with the crotch here. Did alright. Got an interesting tattoo. This is from Disgaea, if you haven't seen Disgaea before, or you didn't look up here. One of my favorite games. One of my favorite games. It's so challenging. It's not even it's challenging, but at the same time it's super fun. It's like a strategy turn-based game. It's fucking amazing. I don't know what's going on here. It's right there. This is supposed to be the same color as that. Maybe. Don't know what I did with that. So I fucked up the structure on here. So structure. Okay, and I think that's it. We can move on from there, because it tells a story. It tells a story. It has an expression. It has shading in at least one spot where it's alright. Hair needs shading. So that runs back down to laziness right there. Lazy shading. Let's see here. So the next one. We're already at 5. We might be able to critique some animations. Let me see what time we're at. 9 minutes? Yeah, we might be able to do some animations. Wow. So here's my next one. This one I did without lines. I'm not too, I'm not too upset at it. Hands immediately sticks out to me. Hands right here. A little bit lazy on the shading, so lazy shading again. Design looks alright. Boobs are kind of loppy right there. The evenness is gone. At least should be right here. I think this boob is alright, but this boob did not sink down low enough. I think it's only because I was trying to turn her hip that way or some shit. But besides that, you know, eyes. That we already did lazy shading, so we got 4 things on here. And then 6 right here. A little bit of lazy shading. Okay. We got some atmosphere. That's pretty funny. The tail. How about details? You know, it's structured. Like here, this is supposed to be like a mermaid tail going all the way from there. So structure. Boobs look alright. Neck looks alright. It's a little pushed in because I'm very sure I used the transform button properly. So, but that's all I have for this. I mean, this looks alright. So, it looks like we're at 11 minutes. So, let's do some animations. Hold on 1 second. Okay, welcome back, guys. So, I put up 3, 4, 5 of my most current animations, and we're gonna critique it. So this time we're gonna critique. We're gonna critique it in a different kind of way. We're gonna actually just critique it as far as fluidity, because right now I'm just trying to get a nice fluid motion as far as my animations. So not so much on the structure. A little bit on the structure would be on the speed of that structure. I think I won't hit myself for that. I think it'll mostly just be on fluidity. Since animation I'm learning the most over just drawing in general, because I drew a lot before I just jumped into animation. So let's get started. So here we have one of my blinking animations. I did something simple, something easy, gave myself an hour, and this is basically kind of where it went. Most of that hour, honestly, was just messing around with the color, but about maybe 25 minutes of it was this fluid blinking. So, as far as fluidity, it's okay. It looks like it needs a couple more in-betweens. It actually looks like it needs like a space between, so in-betweens would be something. In-betweens. Fuck it. Can't spell right now. And that'll be for 1. In-betweens. Another thing I'm kind of seeing, motion. Motion around, like as you can see, yes, you do see her blinking and her hair moving, but if her hair is moving and she's blinking, her eyebrows will at least jot down just slightly at least. And she wouldn't stand completely still with her arms if her towel was moving. So we got motion and in-betweens. Definitely need improvement. This is like something I've already known, but it's good to reiterate it out loud and, you know, see myself do it and shut up. Anyways, next one. This is my dancing practice. I've done about maybe 3 or 4 of these. But this is the most current one. So here, we kind of have dancing going on. What I would say, as far as fluidity, it's pretty fluid. It's a little bit too fast in places, so maybe the motion would be something. Motion. And don't worry, if you guys are seeing this, don't worry, I am going to be doing a dancing tutorial pretty soon. It's probably going to be my next video. If it's not, don't kill me, but I think it's going to be my next video. And I'll teach you how to do these dancing ones, because they're fairly easy for me. Even though it looks like shit, it's fairly easy for me. I'm mostly just trying to get down the motions and stuff. But yeah. And if you guys want to see, if you want to kind of see without all the fancy stuff, ah shit, I forgot that I erased everything on there, but you can kind of see everything I had to do in between there before it got to all that cool stuff. So like, this is what it started out as on a sketch, and then it just got to there, so yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Yeah, she's back. But yeah, I mean, the motion, as far as keyframes, the motion as far as like, I just didn't like how fast it's going. Definitely needs to be a little bit more fluid. The in-betweens are decent. The hair is moving decently. Facial expressions is probably something I would put on there, facial expressions. Because I put about maybe one facial expression. I drew everything a different face, but one was a literal, boom, I'm doing this for a facial expression. Like, you'll see it. It's when she's kind of like moving her head all the way down. But she only does it about once, to where it's like, you don't notice it outside of being the animator myself. So that's something you have to do when you're animating. You have to make it noticeable to somebody who's outside of the animation. Otherwise, they completely skip over it and they're like, that's it? Like, yeah. But everything else I like on there, especially since it was just a practice. So, third one. This is the working out scene that I did, and let's see how it looked. Let's see. Now, fluidity looks alright. I would really like the feet, the legs to move a little bit more, so maybe motion again coming up at our top. I swear motion's gonna win. There's not much other ones that pass over it. Motion is gonna beat this shit. So this is just me practicing. This was a little while ago. I was practicing just some workouts for people just doing workouts. So what I do is just go on Google, I type in GIF workout GIFs, and then I basically animate it, and it's really, really fun. Keeps it kind of fun. At the same time, you're learning something new. You're learning a new pose or position that somebody could be doing. It's a really great way for you to improve on your skills while kind of keeping it kind of interesting and popping. And there's like an unlimited source of, you know, GIFs that you could do of people doing different interactions. So I plan on next time, whenever I'm practicing animation in general, not just, you know, drawing, I want to kind of animate a scene where somebody's just kind of eating breakfast, making breakfast for the family and eating it. Something easy, something simple, not easy, something simple to where, you know, if you can't draw, this is what I think, which I'm pretty sure a lot of other people think. If you can't draw somebody or animate somebody, you know, just doing their normal thing, if they're not, then it's not going to be, whatever story you're telling isn't going to be realistic to the watcher. If you just draw nothing but action scenes where people are fighting and hitting and whatever, like, it's not going to be realistic, and there won't be any engagement. You have to bring some realism, like somebody's eating some toast or something, having some breakfast before they go to school, and then fight the giant demon that's running the school or something, you know? So Always keep that in mind, guys. You know, just make sure you're drawing those boring scenes too, because those boring scenes are just as good as the fighting scenes, because that brings it down to earth. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think the only thing that messes me up on here is the motion. I mean, there's obvious other things like the color and the lines, but that's not really what the practice was about. So, let's take a look at this. So this one I drew. This was when I first started doing some animations and stuff. So as you can see, I tried to do some shading on there. There's not too much consistency right here, because right here you already see the blue disappearing. So consistency. Spell that however the fuck you want, and let's go follow through. And when I say follow through, I mean continue the full animation. So you see how I just stopped right there? That was in the beginning though, so I'm not going to be too hard on myself. But right there I just stopped the scene. This is from Fate's Day. I drew a scene from when she was powering up and stuff, so but I won't talk too much more about this one because that was when I first started. So we got another scene right here. You guys may have seen it before on my channel. This is my drawing of Natsu, and he's kind of just flaming up here. And I would definitely say consistency. Spell it however the fuck you want. I would say consistency on here because the color kind of changes throughout the animation. It looks like the fire, at least. That's why I think I left it, because it looks like the fire is maybe changing the color around his skin and stuff. But you know, not everybody's gonna think that immediately. Consistency of the lines, line work. I'll draw line work, but it's the same thing as consistency. Like, come on, the line work's good here and here and here, and then what the fuck's going on here? Facial expression, let's see. His eyes don't move, so let's just draw eyes. I do like the mouth, eyes, facial expression. So that's all of our drawings. So let's take a look at this, or not. What's going on here? Okay, cool. So let's take a look at all of our stuff here. Let's see what sticks out the most. So we got highlighting. That only comes up once. Line work, that comes up several times. So we definitely need to work on our line work. I'm just writing this down in my book here. We need to work on line work. We need to work on boobs. Boobs, line work. What else? Boobs, line work, crotch, legs. Lazy shading comes up. Lazy shading, eyes comes up. Hair only comes up once, and I'm gonna leave it out this time. It only comes out once, but the thing is, I don't want to overwhelm myself with too much of these, so I have maybe 3 of them so far. And then out of these, I have 6 of them so far. My bad. Out of these 6, I'm going to pick about maybe 1 or 2 to actually work on this week. So, we got structure. Structure is another thing. Structure is an overall, thing I need to work on throughout the week. So. Let's get right into the next one. So, Keemstar reference, if any of you got that. 1. So the main thing on my animations, it does look like what bothers me is the motion and facial expressions. Motion, facial expressions, and consistency. So motion, facial expression, inconsistency. Don't you hate that shit whenever you know how to say a word and you know exactly what it means, but you don't know how to spell it? I'm sure I could spell it like CONSISTENCY, but you know, it doesn't come up every single time. You know what I'm saying? So, but yep, that is basically. Whoop, lost my little pen here. That's basically what I feel I need to work on. So, and that's also how I go about learning and go about not so much learning, but knowing what I need to work on after I've learned something through the week. I definitely feel like I've improved, but yeah, it's definitely a lot more to go. So, thank you guys very much for watching another Chill with Phantom, and I'll have a new video up probably tomorrow or the day after, because I can't decide which one I want to do. There's like 2 of them, but I'll leave that surprise for you guys on either Saturday or Sunday. So take care. Oh yeah, and thank you very much for there was a lot of you that ended up watching my latest video, so thank you very much. And I appreciate you guys leaving a like and also commenting on what you'd like to see next. And if you have any friends that you think would enjoy this channel, go ahead and tell them to come over, subscribe, have a cookie, have a donut. But they'll have to pay for the cookie, they'll have to pay for the donut, and I'll probably eat the cookie and the donut. So, yeah, you know, that's just how erosion works, right? Anyways. Take care, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow or the day after.